Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to another episode of Relationship Workouts. I am your host, Eric Johnson, and I'm here with
Lisa.
in today's episode. We are talking about love, and I know that we all have a perspective and understanding of what love is. But in today's episode, we want to look at a different perspective of love. We want to understand love in a more deeper and in-depth way so that we can enhance or we can understand better how to love our spouses or partners.
Okay, Eric, so you said a lot about love. So tell me, what exactly is love? Can you explain?
Thank you very much. Yes, first of all, love is not just how you feel, but love is who you are. And until we come to that point where we understand that love is supposed to be who we are, we will keep loving and falling out of love because we conditioned our love to our partners and spouses as a state of feeling. So as long as there is that feeling, then we can do the things that our partner wants or likes or makes them feel loved. But as long as we are no more feeling or having that feeling within us, then it becomes difficult. The reason it becomes difficult is because it is not who we are.
Okay.
Yes, it is not who we are. So oftentimes, when someone says, I'm in love, or they begin to develop this feeling for you, then they want to do things to make you happy. They want to do things to please you. They want to do things that you would like. But then the question is that in the journey of marriage or in the journey of every relationship, there is always that time when that feeling won't really be there or it won't always be there. And when it is no more there, you realize that doing those things becomes difficult and you want to go back to who you are and do those things that you are comfortable with.
So what are some of the things that you think people are doing to make them change their mind and say, oh, well, I'm not interested in doing what I used to do before?
Okay.
How do you think that they start acting different? In other words?
Okay. So oftentimes situations comes up, challenges comes up. Along the way, you might realize one or two things about the person that you don't really like. Sometimes some of those things just to turn you off. You're like, wow, I didn't see this at the beginning.
Yeah.
And the moment things like that happens, or maybe you get offended or hurt by the behavior of the other person, then when the moment it happens, you withdraw your emotions.
In what ways?
The affection dies. Yes, because every affection relies on what the other person is doing that you like.
So could you say, like, for example, in the beginning it was great, you were doing things to make the relationship work, you were trying, you put effort, and then like problems arise in the relationship. And so you find yourself not communicating as much. You find yourself not keeping your promises. You find yourself not even being interested in what the other person is feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. So the moment you begin to realize all these things that, oh no, this is, you realize that you want to now go back to yourself. And just your true self begins to show up. Your true self begins to show up. And if your true self that shows up is one who seeks comfort somewhere else, if your true self begins to show up, one who does things and does not open up, one who is not transparent, meaning that all this while, the reason why you have been transparent with your partner is because of how you feel. It is not really because of who you are, but in how you feel. And now that things are happening and then emotions are being drawn apart or drawn away from the relationship, you want to go back to who you truly are. So who you truly are now becomes the reality of the relationship. now becomes what the other person sees or what you see of the other person. Example, from the beginning that the person likes you and is excited about you, they are always making time to call you, blah, 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 and then you really liked it. But then it gets to a time, it's like their affection or whatever feeling they were having for you, it begins to die off. Now, who are they? You realize that they don't actually want you. That is why most of the times when affection begins to die in relationship, you realize that you start chasing after the person. You start forcing communication. You start forcing things to work. And then you're like, the other person is not reciprocating.
And would you say that it was all actually the beginning? Like the person that wasn't really their true self, they were just kind of doing that to get the relationship or to, you know.
Yeah, in most cases, pretense can be voluntary and involuntary. And that would be another topic that we will discuss. Yes, because by default or by our natural instinct, we all believe that relationship should be built on something mutual or something that we both like or what the other person likes. So most of the times when we want to present or when we want to start a relationship, we want to do the things the other person would like so that they can accept us, so that we can achieve our goal, which is to be in a relationship with them or to have them to ourselves. Now, when that goal is achieved, when that intention is achieved now, we realize that there is nothing to really fight for anymore. There is nothing to really try to be the nice guy to still have from the other person, because now you feel like, okay, now you're my woman, now you're my wife, now you're my man. So now this is me. Then you need to bring out the real you. Now, if the real you is not love, it becomes a problem. That is why, with due respect to people who have been married for a long time, we realize that in some of the marriages, when the other person's other side begins to show, it takes God sometimes, or sometimes you just have to deal with that side of the person forever until that person comes to that consciousness or that awareness that this kind of person that I am in this relationship or in this marriage is not love.
Well, I would say that, okay, I understand what you're saying, but let me speak on this.
Okay.
Because I would say that if you start a relationship and you said that they're doing all these things to get the person to want them and to, like, you know, get into that relationship and make them, you know, your man or your woman, then you get what you want and you stop. That means the person wasn't genuine from the beginning.
It wasn't genuine. That's why I said
so
that.
So there's always going to be problems because you wasn't genuine.
Yes.
You pretended
Yes.
to be somebody that you're not, to get what you want and not have what you want. So there's no effort there. If you're in a relationship and you started off with good intentions and then you get your goal, which was to be in a relationship, and you continue that same pattern, that's when you know the person's genuine. That's when you know the person's interested and you did not just do it to try to achieve some kind of goal.
But that's who they are.
Exactly.
Yes.
That is who they are. Not necessarily and who they are. You're saying, I'm saying to you, let me clarify this. I'm saying to you that sometimes people pretend and then after a while their true colors show. But if the person is really genuine, what they show you from the beginning, what that man or what that woman shows you from the beginning, it's going to last throughout the whole relationship. It's going to last even when the relationship is stronger than it started. Even if you feel like, okay, I'm in this relationship, we're about to get married, or we're just getting serious, you remain the same person. Because if you change, that means you were false from the beginning. So that's where the problem lies. So you change your color, and that is the problem.
So what you just said right now means also confirm what I said. That love is not just a feeling; it is who you are. Yes, because if this is who I am, whether the feeling is there or whether the feeling is not there, this is who I am. I'm a loving person. It's not necessarily because of how I feel towards you. That is who I am. I'm a kind person. I'm a generous person. I'm a caring person. That is who I am.
If you remain the same.
If you remain the same.
If you don't remain the same, you're lying about who you are.
Yes.
So love, that so-called love, we'll call it an act.
Yes.
My thing that I'm trying to make the audience understand is that if a person is genuine, they will not change their behavior throughout the relationship. If they say they love you
Mhm.
from the beginning, no matter what you went through,
Mhm.
they're gonna still love you in
Yes.
the end.
Yes.
That's my point.
Yes. That's exactly what we are trying to drive at. So until we come to that realization
Mm.
that the reason why I should love another person
Yeah.
is not because of them, it's because of me. It is because of who I am.
That's good enough.
Yes. So let's say I'm a forgiving person.
Mm.
That is who I am.
Okay.
Like the reason why I forgive people is not because I am in the mood or I feel like forgiving them.
Mm.
That is who I have trained myself to be. So if along the way you offend me,
Yeah.
I am offended. I'm not in a good state. I don't like what you did. I am hurt. I actually want to stay away from you for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
If I stay away from you, my true self is going to come back to me.
So
Be forgiving a lot of things.
So are you saying give the person some space?
I'm just giving a scenario, an example, that if that is who you are,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to acknowledge the fact that no matter how forgiving a kind of person you are,
Mm-hmm.
when you are hurt, you're going to feel it.
Of course.
And when we feel it, oftentimes we want to go back into ourselves, be alone. We don't want to interact with the people who are hurting us so that they continue hurting us. But then if yourself
Mm-hmm.
is a forgiving person, you will always come back forgiving that person. Not because that person deserves it,
Mm-hmm.
but because that is who you are.
Okay.
So if I am a caring man, that is who I am. I care. It has nothing to do with me being in a mood or feeling like caring. That is who I am. And then I meet you and then we agree to build a life together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be a caring person to you, irrespective of whether I am in the mood or I am not in the mood, because that is who I am.
Okay.
If you do something to me that I don't like,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not a caring person, I'll stop caring for you. Because the reason why I was caring for you in the first place is because of the condition of how I feel, not because of who I am. So I am saying that it will help us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It will help our viewers a lot
Mm-hmm.
for us to love our partners better if we come to that place where the reason why we are who we treat them the way we treat them is because of who we are and not because of what they've done to us. Not because she's beautiful, not because she has a nice smile, not because she's the mother of the child, not because he provides money for me. No. The moment those are the reasons why we love someone, it becomes a condition. Meaning that if those things are no more in place, you withdraw. You will not be that loving person that they have known from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And the beautiful thing about it is that the Bible says that this is love.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the reasons why when you read the Bible, when you read the Bible very much, that God commands us to love.
Mm-hmm.
Why does God command us to love? It is because God understands that love is supposed to be who we are and not just how we feel. If we will define our love based on our emotions, then we will only love when we feel like. When we feel like. See, when you marry, trust me, when you marry or you are even in a relationship with someone, there always comes that time where the person does certain things to you that you like, I don't like this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if the reason why you have been nice to the person all this while is because of how you feel, and you begin to realize the things about the person that you don't like, you are likely to withdraw. When you withdraw, you stop. That condition is being taken away. The things you used to do that was making me love you, that was making me smile with you, that was making me take care of you, they are no more in place. So I will have to withdraw myself from you. But that is not how the Bible encourages us as Christians. The Bible says, love your enemies. Pray for those who spitefully use you. So this is love, that God Christ died for us while we were sinners. But then oftentimes we condition our love to be how the person treats us.
Mm-hmm. So it's a condition.
It's a conditional thing. And this is the love that, throughout the whole world, most of us are used to. The love has to be conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I'm telling you I love you has to be conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
There is always that part of condition, but the conditions has to do with relationships. Relationship is built on conditions, meaning that there is no way I'm going to be in a relationship with my enemy, someone who I know that is going to continually hurt me. There is no way you're going to be in a relationship with that kind of person.
Yeah.
But then love is unconditional. I can choose to walk out of a relationship but still love you.
Yes.
The relationship is conditional. If you are hurting me, you are hurting me. If you are helping me, you are helping me. And I want to be in a relationship with someone who helps me than someone who hurts me. So every relationship is conditional. But love in itself is not conditional because it is defined by who I am. So until we come to that place where we can say that this is who I am transparent not because I like you, but then that is who I am. So the reason why I'm being transparent to you in this relationship or in this marriage is because of who I am. If there is any time that you take advantage of me being transparent with you, it wouldn't change me because that is who I am. Whether you appreciate you appreciate me being transparent or not, that is who I am. I can't change it. That is how sometimes you love someone so much and they hurt you so much, and then you look at the person and then you be like, I can't unlove you. Because the love is not really centered there.
But another problem is transparency. A lot of people don't even know how to be transparent. They don't know how to just come out and just say, this is how I am. Some Muslim people don't even know who they are.
Yes.
So if you don't know who you are, how can you be transparent?
Yes.
I think people need to figure out, first of all, who am I?
Yeah.
Be transparent. Say, this is how I am. Lay your cards on the table. Is the person going to pick up your cards or they're going to leave them on the table? Transparency.
Yes.
If I come to you and I say, look, Eric, this is how I am. I don't want a relationship. I just want to hang out with you, do whatever. And that's it. I'm not interested in anything else. Either you're going to say, okay, I can deal with that. Or you're going to say, nah, that's not for me.
Yeah.
See, now imagine if I didn't say that to you from the beginning. Then you start getting upset with me because it's like, well, why did you tell me this is how you were? If I was to tell you how I were, when you know I start acting up sooner or later, you can't say to me, well, why? I told you how I was.
Yeah.
I told you from the beginning how I was. You chose to deal with it. So.
And the foundation of trust is transparency. Letting people know you for who you are helps them to accept you for who you are. And when they accept you for who you are, irrespective of your vulnerabilities, irrespective of your flaws, irrespective of your weaknesses, they knew that about you right from the start.
Yeah.
That this is who you are. So the relationship is not really based on your strength or on your weakness, but on the fact that they accepted you irrespective of who you are. And that is what makes love unconditional. Thank you.
Thank you. Interesting topic.
I'm really enjoying it. I wish to go deeper, but then we don't really have much time.
Time.
Yes.
We have to wrap this up. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for joining. Have a blessed day.
And we're encouraging you, become love. Become a good person. Become a loving person. Let's be who you are. Not because someone smiled at you, so you also want to smile back. Let it be that is who you are. So that in the journey of marriage, the journey of any relationship, we know there are ups and there are downs. But if that is who you are, you remain the same. And that is the kind of people that we can go with.
Just be transparent from the beginning. You won't have no problems during the relationship because, like I said, you laid your cards on the table. You told the person how you were, and then they chose to pick up the cards and accept it, or they left the cards right there on the table. Just be transparent. Just tell the truth, tell the truth. Thanks for joining.
And the Bible says that love rejoices in truth. So whenever you are honest, whenever you are transparent, whenever you present yourself as who you are and not pretending, love rejoices. Whoever loves you knowing that this is really me.
Yeah.
And I still not do that way.
Right.
And that's the kind of what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Thank you very much for your time. God bless you.